Welcome back. It's Market Day Report, and we're working our way to midday, 11:44 Central Time. What's happening with the markets? Are we moving corn higher yet? I mean, it's almost lunchtime. Let's see. Corn market, last check, doesn't know it's lunchtime. September, 381.5, down 1 3/4, penny and a half lower on the December at 399.25. And for soybeans, we're still 5 1/4 cents lower on the front 2 months, August 10.15, but September holding on to that $10 after we were 9.91 earlier in the trade. 10.15 1/4, that's the new crop off 3 1/2. Wheat market, we now are squarely higher for Chicago. September, 539.5. Penny and a quarter higher, 2 cents higher on the December. Hard red winter wheat still not following. December, penny lower, 571.25. And July, next year's new crop, 597. It's off 3. Spring wheat in Minneapolis, we still are holding the September up 1/4 cent at 586. The deferreds, though, in the red. And yep, I held my breath, but it didn't help. December cotton, 30 points lower, 67.43. Dow is up 559, 408 higher on the NASDAQ, and the S&P is up 102. Chance to welcome back Tommy Grisafi with Advanced Trading. And Tommy, we're just not finding anything to start climbing that rock wall with, if you will. So does that mean we just wait till a USDA report on Monday?
It's that easy, right? So you take this job during one of the slowest downturns in grains in a long time, but you've been in this business a long time. You've seen ups and downs in commodity prices. We do have a USDA report Monday. Who knows what they're going to say? I will tell you this. We did a survey of clients, and not a lot of people are complaining. We did have people who had a hard time getting planted in the spring in Minnesota, northern Iowa. Some other people had some problems. But in general, there is a crop out there. We're just trying to figure out, Tony, how much crop's out there. USDA is going to dial in those numbers a little bit for us, and then the market will get to trade that price action. Now, they may give us bearish news in a perfect scenario, bearish news, and if we rallied out, that'd be a great day. But what's a great day? You just quoted that 402 corn board. What, we're going up to 410 and we're supposed to throw a parade, right? So the prices, we have to be humbled in knowing that although you see all this volatility in the stock market, where the VIX goes from 15 to 60, the volatility in corn, wheat, and beans is extremely low. If you do need protection, like what we do, buying insurance, and either way, up or down, insurance is very affordable right now, Tony.
Well, and again, we're planted. We're not going to add any more acres. We might lose a few acres, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and this is a kind of a report in the middle of the growing season. What, in your mind, is the most important report for the grains throughout the entire year?
Oh, tough questions only on Thursday. All right, the January report tends to really move the markets, and also, I'll give you two answers. The planting intentions report almost always moves the markets. That's the first time we get a really good look of acres and what the intentions are of the farmer. As you know, over history, we're starting to trend up more bushels. We're just doing better with what we have. So we have to have that mental mindset. We're going to produce more with less. But definitely the January report. Now, in history, sometimes they throw us a shocker. You never know. They'll put something out. Oftentimes there's a revision. But we do know the underlying demand we have, and we have a good idea of the supply. We know that the funds are short, and we know the farmer's long. And this is a story that you talk about 10 times today, right?
Absolutely. So glad you're here.
Thank you for calling me and texting me and telling me to get down here.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you better put a jacket on and come down. So why don't you hang around? We'll talk livestock.
Yes,
all right, we're back with a look at cattle, hogs, and maybe I'll get into talk about sheep as well right after this. It's Market Day Report. So glad you're with us today. We really haven't seen a lot of action in the markets throughout the trading session, but let's go to live cattle. And we're still lower there, August, 67 lower, 181.60. October, 177.70. Buck 57 lower. Maybe a little pressure in the cattle market based on lower cash cattle sales. We saw Kansas 187, 190 for some going to plants in Nebraska, 193 in Iowa and Nebraska. The dress $5 lower. So August feeders 242 even. That's down 62 and $2 lower on September 236.90. I don't think I caused that one. Hogs are lower as well. August off 45, 90.15. October at 73.65, down 92. Tommy Grisafi, Advanced Trading, on set with us, and I threw kind of the joke out there of talking about goats or lambs or sheep. But it's just a reminder, there's a lot of other markets outside of our primary markets that affect what we trade every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember traveling to Ireland, and mutton's on the menu. So there's we talk so much about corn, wheat, and beans, cattle, hogs, some various other commodities. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of things. I work with a lot of folks up in the state of North Dakota, and the state of North Dakota, as you know, produces more honey than any other state, and it's just how it is. You like, oh, okay, yes, now we know that. So when you think of agriculture, you think of shows that are produced on RFD or Market Day Report, or that young, lovely Suzanne produces content all day, and she's sitting right here giggling. I had to throw that in there. But there's a lot of people out in ag, and our folks in ag are struggling a little bit. Now, when you talk to the cattle market, there's a big gap between the cash markets. Where are futures, where are cash? Did a great job describing that. I've talked to some cattle traders, and they think that needs to change, and they're not sure which way. If you're bullish, you think the futures are going to catch up to the cash. If you're bearish, you think the cash is too high and it's going to come down and go back to the futures. We'll see. The story's still to be determined there. But lots of volatility. Monday really rocked people when cattle opened halfway to limit and traded limit down immediately on your first day, first full time, your first segment. You're saying,
don't blame that one on me, by the way.
Yeah, no, that wasn't your fault.
By the way, the VIX has recovered at least somewhat here as we're later into the week. But that's where we're trading markets today.
Great stuff. By the way, thanks for the shout out. And I do want to say, when somebody comes in to visit you and they say, oh, you brought the rain. I want to say Tony started first day. Did he bring the volatility with the markets? I don't know if you brought that from Texas with you. What happened, Tony?
Well, I don't know, but I will say it's been pretty boring since then,
all right? It's kind of all leveled out. All right,
So,
we're getting back to normal. Thank you, guys, both of you.